flight of a half-moon, Jean Street resembled a dead planet. Sliding up, Adams pointed to the Bombay bar at the corner of Columbia Street. A few junkies wandered in and out of the bar. One had a bandana tied around his head.
"Look at them turd birds out on a night like this," Adams said.
Rivera smiled. "The great white habit knows no season," he said. Adams pursed his lips and wagged his head.
"Christ almighty," Adams said. "I hate it when you talk like that."
The wind-driven snow was piled high in the intersection.
"I've never seen so much fucking snow,"
Monty Adams declared. "Oh, man, it's beautiful. So white, so pretty." Even though Ramon Rivera had been raised on the hard streets of Upper Manhattan, there were times he'd affect a distinct Latin accent. Adams wanted to say something, but decided against it. Ramon was his steady partner, and they were here to do a simple job, a favor. Adams did favors for people. You could say he was famous for doing favors. Monty Adams was a law unto himself, an Old Testament man. He did not believe in a merciful God. Ramon nosed the car to the edge of a monster snowbank just south of Columbia Street.
"It's about that time," said Adams. "No more smiling, no more laughter. Now I find out what you really got swinging between those PR legs of yours."
Ramon sat up, looked at the tenement just on the other side of the snowbank, and saw that there were lights in the 1st and 5th floor front apartments. The 3rd and 4th floors were dark. "Okay, come on, it's getting late," Ray said. "Do it." Adams took hold of the portable transmitter, pushed the send button, and spoke briskly.
"Charles of BSCO to Central K."
Silence, some static, more silence. Adams would bet he'd have trouble getting through. Whenever he really needed the radio, he'd have trouble.
"Fuck,"
said Adams. His thumb hit the send button again. He clicked it a couple of times just to get the feel, hearing Ramon say, "Hell, they must be busy, all this snow and all."
"Sector Charles of BSCO to Central. Charles to Central K," Adams shouted.
Ramon didn't say anything, just wagged his head. He seemed to know something. A woman's voice responded. "Central." Adams put on his gloves and rubbed his hands together.
"Central," he said. "We got a job here at 1402 Jean Street. A report of a woman screaming for help. We're on the scene and going in."
"That's a 4, Charles. You want to back up at this time?"
"Negative, Central."
Out of the car, knee-deep in snow and followed by puffs, then streams of vapor, they rushed toward the 5-story walk-up. To their right was New York Slim's rib joint. Adams noticed that the place was well lit, and in the entranceway he could make out the shape of a huge man.
"Check out the alligator in the doorway," he told Ramon.
"I seen him. There's 4 more in a gypsy cab just up the street." The alligators in the car and the one in the doorway were something to worry about, Adams thought. He'd better be quick. He'd better be quick and careful. Fucking alligators. Alligators were what Monty Adams called street people. Alligators and turd birds. 10 years younger than Officer Rivera and a 2-time New York City Golden Gloves heavyweight champion, Monty Adams, at 6'4" and 220 pounds, was the precinct's equalizer, the Prince of Pain himself. As he neared the building, he passed soft white statues created from bulging garbage pails standing motionless in the yellow light from the street lamp. The light threw a harsh glare into the tenement alleyway, and his shadow swept across the front of the building like a ghost. He couldn't explain it, but there was something about the shadow that made him feel good. A thrill seeped through his nervous system, and a voice whispered in the back of his head, "Go get him, lawman." Officer Rivera followed Adams to the steps of the building. He was a bit unsteady. Now it occurred to Adams, as Rivera moved past him, that old Ray was probably enjoying this as much as he was. After all, it was his nephew the creep had grabbed. Then again, every pigskin-eating Puerto Rican in the precinct was somehow related to old Ray. For a moment, Monty Adams became aware of the dark stillness of the building, and he was embarrassed by the giddy excitement that rose like a surging tide in his chest. The moment refused to pass, and he felt a tightening in his shoulders and arms. Beautiful was this feeling, a fine, manly thing to do God's work with a good...